women billionaires, Mackenzie Scott and Melinda French Gates, have donated over $28 billion, transforming education, supporting charities, and changing women's lives. So, Mackenzie Scott, quiet, radical generosity. Scott received a huge stake in Amazon after her 2019 divorce from Jeff Bezos and immediately signed the giving pledge, promising to give most of it away. She's since become known for her distinct style, large, unrestricted gifts to organizations focused on DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, education, social equity, environmental justice, housing, and food security, with no strings attached and minimal follow-up requirements. The numbers are staggering. She distributed $7.17 billion in charitable donations in 2025 alone, just last year, bringing her total giving since 2019 to $26.3 billion, spreading across roughly 225 organizations that year. That single year's giving represented 1/3 of all U.S. mega gifts tracked nationally. Education has been a recurring focus for her. Her giving to colleges and universities, including many HBCUs and tribal colleges, has toppled $1 billion in a single year, with unrestricted gifts to schools like Bowie State, Morgan State, and various community colleges. Notably, despite donating more than $7 billion to over 120 organizations, the Chronicle of Philanthropy left her off its list of top 50 donors, largely because she avoids the spotlight and doesn't seek recognition after giving the money. But her giving hasn't been universally praised. Mr. Elon Musk, Trump's best friend, publicly criticized her donations, calling her one of the biggest individual donors in history, while arguing it made the world worse. Okay, so with the next person is Melinda French Gates, a second act focused on women. So remember, Mackenzie Scott was married to Jeff Bezos, and Melinda French Gates was, of course, married to, and Jeff Bezos was the owner of Amazon, creator of Amazon, and Melinda French Gates was married to Bill Gates, the founder and creator of Microsoft. So a second act focused on women. After co-chairing the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for 2 decades, Melinda French Gates left in 2024 following her 2021 divorce from Bill Gates, taking $12.5 billion to fund her own philanthropic path through her organization called Pivotal Ventures. Her giving has centered squarely on women and girls. In 2024, she committed $1 billion over 2 years to women's causes and gender equity, with about $200 million going to U.S. organizations fighting for gender and reproductive rights, motivated partly by the racial gap in women's mortality rates and concerns over eroding reproductive rights post Roe versus Wade, or Roe v. Wade. She later expanded this to a second $1 billion commitment through 2026, split across dismantling workplace barriers for women, general support grants, partnerships with global leaders, and women's health. Health has become a signature cause for Ms. French Gates. In June of 2026, she announced a $215 million in additional funding for women's reproductive and midlife health, bringing her total support for women's health to $600 million over 2 years, with particular attention to under-researched areas like perimenopause and menopause. So then what is their combined impact between Mackenzie Scott's 26.3 billion, and Melinda French Gates roughly 2 billion in dedicated commitments. And remember, that's on top of decades of donations that she gave while she was at the Gates Foundation with her and Bill Gates when they were married. So she's given way more than 2 billion. Their collective giving easily clears 28 billion, funding everything from HBCUs and food banks to abortion rights litigation and menopause research. What sets them apart from most billionaires' philanthropy is their style. Fast, unrestricted, and trust-based, letting grantees decide how to use the money rather than dictating terms. So, in conclusion, after all of the opulence you receive from being a billionaire, covered and surrounded by material things, these two women have shown that their quality of life is about helping others improve their quality of life through women's rights, educations, and improved medical care, etc., pushing the moral compass forward to improve humanity. Though their ex-husbands were revolutionary in creating their companies like Amazon and Microsoft, these two women have created a movement and philosophy of giving and helping others that is changing the world every day. You can't take any of these material things with you into the next life. So why not make a difference while you are still here on earth? And that's what these two women are doing today. Reach one, teach one. Tell me what you think of this story about these two fascinating women, the ex-wives of two creators of two huge, amazing companies, Amazon and Microsoft. And they, after their divorce from their husbands, who were well-known, well-respected businessmen, these two ex-wives went in a divergent direction, changing lives in a much different way from their creative ex-husbands. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth in a positive, righteous, and conscious way.